Hey everyone, welcome back to Mechanorn. This is 21 for the post you're reading on the blog. And for everyone else, I want to do Symphogear first, episodes 12 and 13. And yeah, so we jumped right in this episode 12. Yeah, we had Maria's group. They kind of got split off from Hibiki and the others. And they came across Dr. Veer, who, I guess Carol just got through kicking off her tower thing. So, he wants to get revenge for what she did to him, so he temporarily teams up with Maria and the others. So they go against her and they try to, I guess, it leads her to the big base called the Chateau or something. So they lead him there and he kind of helps basically take it down with a little bit of help from Elfenine, who is still in severe condition right now. She's very critical, but he or she's still able to help them. So with the help of Hibiki's father, who's just holding her, it's kind of weird. But yeah, anyway, she helps Dr. Veer and they fight. But I guess the defense takes over the chateau and it makes all the girls relive like their past sins. So it takes a while to rewrite the program for the big tower. So while that happens, the girls have to kind of fight through their, I guess, fears and everything like that. So, but yeah, but at the end they see the chateau kind of explode with the girls kind of still inside of it. So it's kind of weird how that happened. We thought Marie and them were gonna escape, but I don't, obviously I don't think they're gonna die. So, but yeah, so while that happens, Carol, I guess gets a little frustrated with failed plans, and Elfenine is trying to convince Carol to stop what she's doing, convincing her that just trying to convince her that their father, or her father, wanted her to bring harmony to the world and give the world forgiveness for what they did to him and all that. But Carol is fueled by rage and revenge, so she doesn't really care. And she just decides to burn all her memories away from her father to, I guess, get all this power. So, they have this simple girl, Hibiki and the others kind of fight Carol, who's in her ultra form, and they're kind of going back and forth. And it looks like the Symphogear girls are kind of getting their butts whooped because Carol is just, I guess, more powerful than them. So they have to go as far as like ignite mode, and that still fails to fight her. And eventually Maria and the other girls, Rabe and Hiraka, arrive and they enter their final form. I guess much like they do in a close mid-season or ending of the Symphogear, they eventually have to get the super form, which is their regular outfits, but they're white and they have the colors. So like the Biggie's white and yellow, so the rest of them kind of fall in line there. And so you see that they kind of fight, and that kind of stops there after they get their true forms. So yeah, episode 13 picks up right after that with the girls getting their ultra form, and you have Carol kind of believing that miracles are to be condemned because that's what killed her father. And Carol kind of activates all these alkanoids around the whole entire city, like a massive army of them. So the girls kind of have to take those out while, Carol just basically powers up what she's doing. And Carol carries the ultimate weapon, which is a giant metal beast, which is very, very weird. Like this robot tiger comes out of nowhere and attacks the girls. It's kind of weird. But Hibiki, reaches out to save her, and after they do that, they explode. After they beat the little mecha lion, through a little bit of weird, the girls kind of gave up their power and gave it all to Hibiki, who made this giant fist out of her power. It's kind of weird. But yeah, she punches the tiger and beats it. So, but at the same time, Carol's kind of falling. So, Hibiki's reaching out to her and eventually catches her. But, so yeah, they do that. But Carol still, she finally remembers her father's real goal to help people understand each other, and it kind of makes her, I guess, convinced that she can maybe change. But at the cost of all that, she lost all her memories of everything. So, yeah. But anyway, we jump back 3 days later after the final fight, and Carol is still missing. You don't know where she's been, where she's gone, or what she's doing. But in the meantime, Elfenine's health is falling fast, and the girls kind of try to fake like they're, optimistic that she's gonna be fine, you're gonna be fine. And Hibiki kind of walks off after the other girls leave, and kind of has a breakdown. but Miku's there to like kind of swoop in and kind of comfort her, tell her that it's gonna be fine. You know, we always find a way. You know, there's always something we could do. And later that night, Alpha 9 is kind of still in the hospital at Song, the base, and Carol appears, and they kind of, you know, she tells the other girl that I lost my memories, but you look familiar, and they kind of hold hands, and I guess the way I took it is Carol kind of wanted Alpha 9 to stop suffering because she was kind of in pain and, you know, dying, so they kind of sacrificed. It felt like she kind of sacrificed her, but in the end, I think Alpha 9 and Carol refused into one body, so technically, no one, you know, Alpha 9 didn't die because she was just a copy of Carol, like the memories of her father and everything. So, yeah, she didn't. So, I guess in the end, Alpha 9 / Carol is still alive. I guess depending on what they want to call her, but anyway, I think after that they kind of, I guess, recruit her for Song, since, you know, she has this knowledge of the alchemy world and magic and stuff like that, and, you know, Alpha 9 did help prepare their gems so they can transform, so yeah, so maybe they can, you know, keep her around at least. And near the end, we had Hibiki kind of, you know, reuniting with her mother and father, kind of, you know, wanting to get her family back together, at least, you know, trying to. But the mom's kind of weary of the father because, you know, what he did was kind of low, and no one really, it's hard to bounce back from that. But Hibiki is willing to, you know, give it a shot, you know, and through her, the other, you know, her father kind of has, I guess, the kind of motto, like, don't worry about it, things will be okay, type of motto with him. And, you know, that kind of rubs off on Hibiki, so she's going to try to get her family back together, which is nice, but at the same time, I felt it was kind of a weird story to shove in there at the last, you know, 3 to 4 episodes. But I guess they want to give Hibiki a little bit more character instead of being the leader and, you know, never give up type attitude character, but yeah. And, you know, that's kind of the end of that episode. You know, I guess they also have the data left over by Dr. Ver, so they can analyze that and, you know, I guess prepare for future things. And speaking of the future, you know, I'm gonna go with the extra stuff from the episode, or the maybe episode and maybe the series. But first, of the extra, I wish it had more episodes. I think season 1 and season 2 I think it had 24. I could be wrong on that. Maybe season 1 had 24. 2 only had 12, 13. And this one had 13. But yeah, I wish I had more episodes, but I can see why they would want to stop it here. There's nothing more they could have done. So, but yeah, so anyway. Number 2 would be all the epic fights. I mean, this series had, you know, from the very start of the series, it had a lot of cool, over-the-top moments that are just absurd and crazy. But for Symphogear, that's what the show's always been about, is pushing the envelope to how they can get crazy and just go off the wall and just do whatever they want and have fun. You know, that's the most important aspect of Symphogear that I love, is just they know how to have fun. So, yeah. Number 3, the explosive ending. I liked when we had that big giant mega punch that Hibiki had. A little weird, but it fits. Again, that's Symphogear, and that's how they roll. And you know, the ultimate forms are cool, but we only got to see Hibiki, you know, use hers. I mean, the other girls did use theirs in weird ways. Like we had Shirabe and Kira, kind of this UFO claw buzzsaw thing. It was kind of weird. I didn't like that. I think it was kind of stupid. But the others, they got Marie had the whip with the, you know, blades, and she could swim in blades, kind of Gilgamesh from Fate Zero, Fate Stay Night. So that was cool. I guess Chris had like the giant missiles and bigger guns, which that's really all you can do with her. And Tsubasa, you know, she had her giant blade, and she was doing all kinds of crazy stuff. But yeah, so I like how each girl kind of got their, you know, 2 seconds of screen time, even though it falls still on Hibiki to be the one that's kind of still the spotlight. But it's fine. I like Hibiki, so. And number 4 would be, you know, I guess something for the series. You know, season 4 might be happening because near the end of this episode, they mentioned something about an outbreak of magical girls appearing in Europe. So that tells me that Carol, maybe through destroying the world almost, activated some magic powers in people or gave them powers. I wouldn't be surprised because, you know, they could do that. And so yeah, they mentioned magical girls, so maybe that will be a thing in season 4 where Hibiki and the girls kind of have to fight these magic girls. But at the same time, you know, most people think Magic Girl as being a hero character, so it's gonna be interesting to see why those, you know, Magic Girls will fight the Symphogear in the first place. Maybe Carol's dark side, or whatever you want to say, rubbed off on these girls and they're abusing their power. I guess that could be a thing too. Maybe they're committing crimes with their magical powers and the Symphogear kind of have to move in. But yeah, it's still a little weird. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, but yeah. And the last thing is to mention is Chris. You know, she's always been a favorite character of mine in this series. Just I like her attitude, even though she kind of comes off as being a prideful girl. I guess maybe it's silly to compare it, but she's kind of like a female version of Vegeta, I think. Even though she doesn't see Hibiki or any girl as a rival that she has to beat and, you know, overcome, but she does come off as being this kind of prideful character who was, you know, is worried about her strength in fighting. And but this time we saw a different side, maybe her worrying more about being accepted, having friends, and all that, which is nice. And that's about it for the series. I mean, like I said, I wish it was longer, but I know why they stopped it here because there really wasn't a whole lot they could have done. And besides bringing back Maria's mom, which they did, but it was a fake. And they even brought back the original boss character from the first season, but even though she was a fake too, so it was funny seeing that. And Dr. Fear kind of appearing it was also weird, but a welcome surprise, I guess. So yeah, you know, again, Symphogear is really fun. I really hope we get a season 4. Anyway, that's been Symphogear, so see you guys next time for maybe season 4 if we do it, hopefully.